controlling the opening tip to Ron Lou, to Michael Jordan over Jefferson. Yes!
As we know, at the top of the circle, Jordan's so dangerous because he can go right, left.
Really? Some guys get a twist ankle and don't want to play anymore.
Here's Jordan. Michael Jordan playing at a small forward position up front with Popeye Jones and Kwame Brown. Jordan, yes.
Run this thing all the way through, John, just as you mentioned. They stay with it. They get a screen down on Michael at the end. They have to swing him, reversing the ball, and then his jumper is picture perfect as he goes up.
Iverson, and then, as you mentioned, did the great shadow job. The Wizards coaching staff very upset with Lou off that last drive by Dial. Here's Jordan. Yes. Jordan is now 4 for 7 from the field. He has 10 points. Byron Scott takes a timeout with 2:46 remaining in this first half. Here's Jordan with the fake on Marshall and hits.
Respected the fact that he didn't become incarcerated by his reputation and did the thing that he felt comfortable doing. But I did want him to stay in administration.
Here's Jordan drawing the foul. It counts. The basket counts, and Jordan to the line as he's hit by Marshall. One timing by Michael.
I'm kind of chuckling here because Donnie Marshall gave this incredulous look to the official like, who me fouling? But I think he needs to understand who he just was leaning up against. That's going to happen an awful lot this year where Michael gives you that fake, you lean into him a little bit, he's going to get the call.
Beaten by the Pistons. Jordan, yes. Van Horn firing the 3, which is rebounded by Jordan.
John Thomas just made a great play. He protected Lou, which will allow him to put more pressure on.
Michael Jordan setting it up for the jumper against Richard Jefferson.
As Mike said on Curry, Curry can shoot and can play.
Jordan, yes, and it counts. And we're beginning to see a familiar scene here. Michael Jordan has the crowd on its feet. He has caught fire.
He's trying to get the defensive player off him, sees the double team coming, so he turns away from the oncoming double team as he winds up sitting in front of the Wizards bench. And you're going to see the reaction here on the floor. You'll watch his teammates jump up and pick him right up. You may need to give the old-timer a little bit of time on the floor once in a while, John.
Jordan with the step. Jordan puts it down. 25 for Michael Jordan. And here are the Wizards right back down by 10, and the Knicks will talk it over. Hey, this is preseason.
Didn't I read somewhere where they said he lost a step and couldn't jump quite as high? Well, we may have to play this again tonight.
I was getting ready to say, who was that idiot that called him Floor Jordan?
Fella had it knocked away. Nesby with the lead. And Jordan able to come up with the ball. Oh, what a pass for Alexander, who able to knock it down. The assist to Jordan. Shot clock running down. Jordan on the loose ball, and suddenly the Wizards more aggressive at the defensive end.
Well, Eton Thomas is doing a hell of a
A 16-3 run, and the net lead once 19 is down to 5.
He's just having fun out here right now. That's all he's doing, having fun playing basketball.
McCullough. Jordan with the rebound. Just under 6 remaining in the third. 13 of his 28 here in the third. Jordan again! A 3 for Jordan. It's a 2-point game.
You talk about feeling it. Well, he knows when he's got it going right now. He comes down, hits the first one, and then never even hesitates. He knows Van Horn has switched on him. Van Horn's more worried about the drive. Jordan's more worried about the jumper.
And I think those Wizards teammates of his are just beginning to realize who they're playing with, because the excitement on the bench and the look in their eyes was just as enlightening as it was for the spectators.
Yeah, and you know Doug Collins is going to go in after this game and say, That's what he's all about. So you understand. That's what it's all about. That's what all his hype has been all about.
Simmons with the spin. Simmons on the tip.
I think that may have been
Jordan. Michael Jordan.
I think DC's really become one of the great sports cities in the country.
Just wants to make the NBA roster, Czar. Leave him alone. Here's Jordan. Yes, and it counts. A foul on Jefferson.
Michael moving, working to get free. Just don't stand still and get free in this league. And then he faces up, looks his opponent down, and elevates. As he brought it up, the hand reaching in caused the foul. Michael with the strength to follow through and make the shot, the concentration all the way.
Well, and he fouled out Jefferson. I think that's indicative of his intelligence on the floor. This does a lot for his confidence also.
Shot clock running down. Here's Jordan on the pull-up. 15 and 22. 41 points from Michael Jordan.
Well, Michael, you've worked awfully hard on this comeback. Lost about 35 pounds, removed 3 years of rust. What's your first-hand impression of tonight's performance?
I mean, obviously, you see, with the young team, we got to find ways to score and move the ball and execute. I think it was a big game for them, first time in front of the home crowd, and I think I could sense a little bit of nervousness. And third quarter, you know, I just tried to pick it up and get some energy going, and I started hitting some shots, and the guys started feeding off of that, and then we had a letdown. You know, when I went out of the game, I think it was 63, 61, and I think those are the things we're going to have to eliminate. And, you know, that happens with a young team, you know, but it's preseason, you know, I'm working on my game. I think everybody is trying to find, you know, some continuity and chemistry to play at, and I think this team's going to get better.
You mentioned the third quarter. It was great to hear Marv Albert scream, Michael Jordan is having a spectacular night. We haven't heard that in a few years. We can see when you're feeling it from the surface. But any way to describe what it's like inside that uniform when you know you're feeling it?
I mean, it's a good rhythm. You know, the basket seemed big. You know, it's been 3 years since I felt that way, and you know, this is preseason. I'm just trying to get myself in shape, and you know, I want the team to start to get a feel in terms of how I play. You know, I don't want them to sit back and wait for me to play. I think that's one of the things they tend to watch a little bit more than what they should. And, you know, I think Doug is trying to eliminate those types of, you know, nights and those minutes. So, you know, but with the young team, you're going to have situations like that.
I know you like challenges, but were there any doubts in the last few months, especially when you hear wonderful friends like Coach Thompson call you Floor Jordan?
I think he's, you know, he understands that I play with a little bit more wisdom. You know, I'm not going to try to take off on the free throw line. He understands I know how to play the game with my head instead of athleticism. So, you know, I took that as a compliment more than, you know, the knock on the way I play the game of basketball. So, you know, he knows me, and, you know, I didn't look at it in a negative way.
You can dunk, you can dominate, but you can't do it all. When you come out of a game in the first quarter with a 1-point lead, you fall behind by 17. You score 16 in the third quarter, but down again by 17. How bad is it to watch? How much does it hurt you, and how do you resist the urge to take over?
Well, I mean, it's a learning process. I think the team has to see it. I think Doug is going to show the film and see where we are not executing when I walk out of the game. And, you know, that's an area we have to improve. And with the young team, I think we can. It's just going to take some time. I mean, in Chicago, we went through the same phase. And I think that's what we're going to go through now. Hopefully, we can shorten that time period.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you opening night. Let's go back now to Marv.